Have you seen the price of price today? It's a whooping $0.35. That's about 35 cents. To all the pioneers in the house, this is not something you should be afraid of because it has gone down by a whooping 13% again from yesterday. But it's not far-fetched. A simple Google of how many locked Pi was released in August just shows you here that the Pi network is scheduled to release 132.5 million locked Pi token. This is a part of a larger unlocking schedule, which would be 1.27 billion token planned for the release over the next 1 year. You see, this article I just read is why Pi had gone down further. But there is one interesting thing I want to point out to you here. If you look at the volume of trading over the last 24 hours, it has gone up for about 87%. What does this mean? A lot of people are buying the dip. You know, we've always been saying this, buy the dip, buy the dip. This is an example of buying the dip because it might not look like something huge. If you buy at 0.35 and it goes back up to 0.45, which has been where the benchmark price had been for a while, then that's about 10 cents. So imagine 10 cents times $10,000. That's a cool $1,000 if you have 10,000 to invest. But I of course, I know that most of us are not going to be investing $10,000 to buy Pi. Hence, the reason why the volume had gone up. Remember, crypto analysts know that if I put $1 million, I'm going to get 100,000 back if this goes up by only 10 cents. So a lot of people are buying the dip. But in between while all of this is happening, I don't want you to get worked up in case you have made purchases. For example, now I'm in red on my own Pi simply because I bought at 0.4 something, 43 or thereabouts, and now I'm in red officially. But I'm still not panicking because not like I'm in red. It's just a fraction red, which I know will rebound after all the people that are selling, who is pressurizing the market. Most Pi owners are selling their Pi. Once this unlock goes through and then the market is flooded, everybody goes to sell so they can have some money. But of course, as the week progresses, Pi is going to stabilize again and it's going to go back up to 0.4 something again. And there are still good news because what I'm banking on this coin is that for long term, Pi is going to do well. And that's what I keep bringing to you every single time I see what will do well. Here on Coinfomania, Pi Network enables direct USD purchases for US users. You know what this means is, as at the time we have all started with this Pi, people in America cannot buy. I remember those days where people in UK usually complain that they cannot access most of these wallets because of bans. I don't know what their ban is, but it's the same thing with US. People there cannot buy. And you know what market power US market brings to play. But now that is a thing of the past. Pi network user in the US can now buy Pi directly with USD through Apple Pay. The move marks a major step towards mass adoption in the Pi world. I'm telling you, in about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you are going to be shocked. Why? There is going to be influx of people in the US coming over to Pi. They are the biggest market on crypto. So we here, how many dollar do you even have? We are changing our naira to dollar, so we don't really have enough to pull the market. And if you know, most people on this Pi thing have been people from India, Asia, Singapore, you know, all of these countries that are third world countries. We do not get money like that. But it is now that the US is coming into play simply because of the integration of Apple Pay. Because most of them, since they are not listed on Binance, people cannot really buy. But at least now they can buy directly from the app. And you see, it says Pi Network have officially enabled direct USD purchase for Pi users in the United States. A new Buy Pi button inside the Pi wallet now allows US residents to purchase Pi token using fiat, including through Apple Pay. I reported this yesterday because of this Buy Pi option, and it's really valuable. This development is the first fiat to crypto on-ramp built directly into the Pi app native infrastructure. It opens a new chapter for pioneers who have mined Pi since the project's early days. Of course, I'm not sure most US citizens mind, you know, because the value of Pi in terms of US is a little bit low. But what I know about this is Pi now needs to come up with one gigantic news that's going to break the internet so everybody will be aware. Otherwise, You know, out of the 65 million, I'm almost certain that about 60 million of it came from the third world country. You know, it's we that were in Nigeria that were looking for networks to mine. Oh, people in US are not really into that. You know, the economy is okay. Nobody's going to mine something because of $1,000 over like 6-7 months. A lot of them will not do that, but they trade. That is the beautiful part of this whole question. They trade. Once they see an opportunity, especially with Pi that has millions, about 65 million of followers, a lot of citizens in the US who are into trading, who really trade, they will want to take this opportunity. And that's why this is good, because if they can't buy the Pi, how do you intend them to trade anyway? And here you see it says now users can move beyond simply accumulating Pi and begin participating in a real functioning economy built on decentralized rails. And you see it saying from mining to the market. And I love this. You have to listen to this. For years, Pi Network has asked users to mine with faith in future value rather than hype. The network remained close to trading as it focused on developing core infrastructures, app, and community-driven growth. One of the things, I keep repeating this is why I'm so in love with Pi, because only Pi has this community growth, infrastructure driven ability, creating of apps, infrastructures. They are not all working at premium presently, which I understand, but they are going to work, because every good thing starts small. They have started small, they are even more than small already, and they are still moving up. Now the mainnet live, an app gaining adoptions, enable direct USD access signals to the ecosystem transition from theory to utility. Builders now have access to potential customers, while long-term holders can start seeing liquidity for their mined assets. And that as well for developers, it offers a larger user base and more reasons to create within the Pi ecosystem. I'm telling you, Pi is going to do really well, because there's no way you're going to have 65 million people mining every single day and you will not be able to monetize that. They must be able to monetize that. Even if they give us the chance of ads, which they have also inculcated by creating content and all of that, and then they go about monetizing that, that's a lot of money. I'm telling you, guaranteed, Pi is something you should be onto and be excited about. And of course, if your own concentration is mining, because that's one thing we can do in Africa, especially if you don't have enough funds to go into the trading part, make sure you are mining correctly, because you have to increase your mining rate. You remember that they've been having the mining rate since it started. For people who are early adopters who started mining in the early stages, they had a lot of mining successes because they could mine higher. But presently, the mining rate has been reduced because it's been halved about 3 times. So one of the ways you can use to increase your mining, especially now that the price is nothing to write home about. Even if you say, okay, I want my token now, if you get the Pi token, you're going to sell at 35 cents, which is not good enough. Is to use the lockup future, which now boosts your mining rate. Pi Network has also reintroduced its lockup future. Users who have migrated to the mainnet can lock up to 200% of their Pi. This isn't just symbolic. Locking Pi boosts mining rate and reduces the token in circulation. Of course, I like the fact that they want to give you more ability to mine more. Remember, Pi is still really far from where we are going, because if you look at this, circulating supply is 7.76 billion and total supply is 100 billion. So Pi is not running anywhere. It's something you can actually utilize that future by locking your Pi. If you get those extra Pi tokens in at the time the token is like, you get the message, that will be good enough. Extra Pi for lockup can be earned through in-app transactions, service-based payment, or peer-to-peer trading. The aim is to encourage real-world utility and long-term ecosystem stability. According to the Pi core team, the lockup mechanism incentivizes belief in the project's future and strengthening economic fundamentals. Of course, most of us believe in Pi and we are not even backing down at all. And it's a good signal to them as well. You see, once you see a lot of people locking their Pi for 2 years, 3 years, at least Pi will know that we are on to you. We are not going anywhere. We are here to make sure you are successful. And I as well, I'm going to be part of that success because I'm going to benefit from it. And you see here, it's saying liquidity unlocks Pi through potential. The direct fiat purchase future in the US marks a significant step for Pi Network. It not only brings liquidity to the ecosystem, but also reinforces its shift towards real-world use cases. As more countries and payment methods come online, Pi Pi visions of decentralized community first finance looks more tangible than ever, because when people can buy Pi directly from their phones, directly from the Pi wallet, that's it. We don't even need the exchanges again, because most of us are buying through BitGet and all of that, but we don't need that again if we can buy directly from our wallet, meaning the price will now begin to grow to the original price of that particular coin. Because I still believe the price of Pi is not the original price, because a lot of, up and down is going on, and this is huge. And now with this news, it has started about a few days, you can actually see it's going up. Look, this is 87.3% on the volume of trading, because as more people can buy from US, the more volume of trading will come, the more the price will soar. But the price is not soaring right now because the volume that came into the market from the people they opened their tokens for them, that's why the pressure is still here. But in about few days, it will normalize, and then you see the price and the impact of Pi being bought on the wallet directly, especially in the US. Of course, I'll bring every news to you without you staying in the dark of anything about Pi and many more about cryptocurrency. Until next video, I'll see you in the next video.